Hello again, Matthew, Conscious Recovery. This is a follow-up video to my last video, which was the 5th of 5 videos on trauma and addiction, in which we talked about the loss of executive function. All the good parts of your brain aren't working the way they're supposed to. In essence, long-term drug use damages your brain. Now, you will heal, but we need to train ourselves to make our decisions differently. If we make decisions automatically, remember using our system 1, quick, automatic, habitual thoughts, those systems are geared towards addiction still. You are still living with an addicted mind, and an addicted mind is going to make addicted choices, all right? So we need to learn a better way to make our decisions. Now, this is going to be a little tedious at first, but it will get quicker and it will get easier. Let me explain how. There's this concept in psychology known as neural Darwinism. Darwin talked about survival of the fittest in regards to species on Earth, like different animals. Whoever is the strongest one is going to survive, right? So there's a concept of neural Darwinism. In your mind, every thought you have has a specific pathway, right? Positive thoughts, negative thoughts. Thoughts towards using your drugs or thoughts towards, no, I'm not going to do that today. They're all different pathways. And whichever pathway you use the most is going to become stronger, quicker, more reinforced. So right now, with an addicted brain, all of your use drugs, get drugs pathways, all of your negative thinking, I can't handle this stress, all those pathways are very strong. All right, that's neural Darwinism. You've been working out those muscles in your brain for a long time, catastrophizing, thinking about everything that's awful in your life, and using drugs to numb. Okay, all those habits, very strong. The habits of quitting are still young and weak. You need to build up those thought pathways. So one of the ways that we do that is through our decisions, okay? Our choices. We need to slow down and we need to make better decisions. So how do we do that? If we have a damaged brain making damaged choices, how do we make better choices? Okay, get a piece of paper. That's how. Now, I've said this before in other videos. Seriously, get a piece of paper and write down 4 boxes. Draw 4 boxes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 by 2. Each of these boxes is going to be designated as either a pro or a con for your choice. So the first box on the top left of your page is going to be, what are the pros or benefits of me saying yes to this choice? Then the next box is, what are the downsides? What are the cons? What are the costs of me saying yes to this choice? Then on the bottom, what are the pros of saying no to this choice? And then what are the cons of saying no to this choice? So this can be used for any question you have, any decision you have, all right? Should I quit drugs? So what are the benefits of quitting drugs today? Pretty easy list to think of. What are the costs of quitting drugs today? On the bottom, what are the benefits of continuing my drug use today? I don't quit at all, I continue. What are the benefits of that? There are some. Then what are the costs of me continuing my drug use? Okay, that's one example. You can use this for any decision you want. Should I take the job across town? You know, what are the benefits of it? It's better pay. What are the costs? I don't have a way to get there. I'd have to take the bus. You know, like, you just got to make a list in each of those boxes, and you write down every single thing you can possibly think of to help you balance your decision. Now, this is going to be slow and tedious at first, all right? But the good thing about neural Darwinism is the more you practice an exercise like this, the more you use it, the better you get at it. It becomes reflexive. It becomes habitual. It becomes easier. Pretty soon, you don't need the piece of paper. All you have to do is just think of your decision and take a couple of thoughtful moments, because you've trained your brain. You've trained your brain to think about pros and cons of saying yes, pros and cons of saying no, and then you really think about it, okay? There's one other thing you can do. It's another strategy. It doesn't involve paper. Yeah, I like that one. Ask somebody you trust for their input. I would say do the pros and cons list first, but then find somebody that you trust and ask them what they think. Get them to do the pros and cons list with you. Maybe they'll come up with ideas or points on those lists that you didn't consider. It's going to take time, but use this for your big choices, and this will help to retrain your brain to make more balanced decisions, and it will train your brain to use more executive function. You are flexing the muscles of executive function when you use a list like this. This is one of the tools that I've used from the beginning, and it's a tool that I still use to this day, especially the cost of inaction. If you're ever feeling stuck, if you're ever like want to do something and it's difficult to do, you find yourself procrastinating a lot, or you're a little bit frozen on this choice. If you do, what are the costs of not engaging in this choice? That can be a really good motivator. All right. I actually use this one for my graduate school application. Quite a bit of fear and apprehension with the idea of me going to grad school, because that's sort of the last move for me to become an actual counselor. And what if I fail at that? You know, all these subconscious thoughts are in there. All these fears of failure, doubting myself, never feeling good enough. It's all still in there. So what I did is I did one of these benefit pros and cons list, and I paid particular attention to what is the cost of me not going to grad school? How will this hurt me? And I found that decision means I'm just not progressing. I'm not growing. And the idea of that scared me more than the idea of trying and failing. And so that helped me get my foot in the door and actually get the application done. So I use these tools all the time. This is how I bypass my addicted thinking, and I make sure that I engage in recovery thinking. So please try it. And if you're ever feeling like you're getting stuck, you know what? Send me a message, and I only have a couple followers on this thing, so chances are pretty good that I'll answer you and help you figure out what's best for you. All right. Thank you so much.